Hello everyone, Kyle here from Masters of Brickjitzu, and today I'm going to be showing you all the brand new LEGO Dream sets from the first wave here. These were sent to us by LEGO, so thank you so much to them for giving us these images to talk about here. For now, let's get straight into it here, and the first one that we have is Izzy and Bunchu the bunny. This one's going to retail for $19.99 USD, and all of the prices will be in US, just so you know, for future reference. And then the piece count for this one is 259 pieces, and it will include Izzy and Grimspawn as well for the major characters here, or the more minifigure style characters, because of course you have Bunchu the bunny in this one as well. And it's overall a really cool looking set. You've got a really unique build here with the bunny. I definitely love the color scheme. Seems like it has a good amount of articulation as well, and the villain as well is super cool. I love the sort of nightmare design and aesthetic of all of the villains from this wave, so it's really exciting in that aspect, and overall a really cool set. Next up here we have Mateo and Z-Blob the robot, and this set's going to also retail for $19.99 and will include 237 pieces, and will include Z-Blob, Jaden, and Mateo in this set. Some really great characters here, of course, with Mateo being the main male protagonist for the series, which is really cool. And then you have a really amazing mech design here as well. I love the fact that they're able to really tie in Z-Blob's design by having some of these semi-transparent pieces throughout the mech there, showing how he's sort of taken over the entirety of it, which I really do love quite a bit. And it's just a really great design here. You also have Jaden as well, who's more of like a civilian character, I would say, someone who they're rescuing here, so I do like that as well. And it's overall just a really great looking set. Now we've got Grimkeeper the cage monster, and this one's going to retail for $19.99 and will include 274 pieces, along with the characters Cooper, Mateo, Z-Blob, and of course the titular character here for this set, who is the major build for this as well. And I really do like the design here. I think these nightmare creatures are some of my highlights for this theme, and it just looks fantastic. I love how you have a spot in the middle to keep one of the minifigures caged in, of course, hence the name of the character, and I think that's really cool there. You have some great figures here as well. Cooper is the one being caged here, and in some of the other sets we see him in more of a dream outfit, is kind of what I call their hero outfits in a way, so that's really cool to see him here as more of like a civilian being captured here, so that's really cool. Z-Blob being included here as well is awesome, and it overall just makes for a really cool set. Then we've got Miss Castillo's turtle van. This one's going to retail for $44.99 and will include 434 pieces, and is going to come with Z-Blob, Miss Castillo, of course, Mateo, Zoe, and Grimspawn here. And this turtle van is awesome. I could see some people doing a little bit of a crossover here with maybe some of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters in their minifigure form in this van, because it is super cool. I love the brighter color scheme here. I think it looks great. The combination is just so wacky as well between a turtle and a van, and I'm curious, what speed is it going to go at? More of a turtle or more of a van, or somewhere in the middle? We'll have to wait to see, but it's definitely super awesome here. I definitely am loving that quite a bit, and it's overall just a great set. Now we've got the Pegasus flying horse here, which is going to retail for $44.99 and include 482 pieces, and will come with the characters Zoe, Nova, Susan, and the Nightmare King. Definitely one of my favorite figures here from this wave. I absolutely love their design. It is so menacing, and I love the combination here between that nightmare aesthetic and also sort of a medieval look as well. You can see that in some of more of the minions sort of nightmare characters, who I think look really great as well, and they kind of all have a sort of pairing of a classic LEGO theme combined with this nightmare aesthetic, which I really appreciate, and you'll see in some of the other sets, but definitely an awesome one here. Of course, the Pegasus looks great. It's a really nice twist on like a classic Pegasus design, which I feel like most of the time you would associate as a more bright and colorful sort of design, but with this one here, it's definitely much more menacing, which I think is great because it captures that more evil look that I think they're trying to get at here. So definitely a great one here. You can also see Zoe flying in on a little dragon as well, which is cool to give the heroes a sort of like vehicle for this set, which is nice. So definitely a great combination in this set. Alrighty, now we have the crocodile car right here. This one's going to retail for $59.99 and will include 494 pieces featuring the characters Cooper, Logan, Jaden, Snivel, and Night Hunter as well. So a great roster of characters here. And one really interesting thing I want to mention here is that Logan included in this set. Yes, Logan, just like our great member Brickjitzu, he is actually in his dream version here. And there is in the character images that we got a human version, but we don't see him featured in any of these sets, so I hope that we can expect him in potentially a future wave. I think that would be really cool. But getting back to the main highlights of the set here, I think this vehicle is one of the most unique combinations here. I mean, a crocodile combined with essentially a race car here. I think that is so wacky. Even the colors here, I love the way they sort of clash with the bright red and then the bright blue here. I think that's really great. Has a giant mouth as well to fit the villains in here, and the villains do also come with a flying like motorbike here, which is super unique, so I love that. I like as well that for one of them, the Night Hunter, he sort of has like a one eye on the top of him, which is really cool. They kind of go with that running aesthetic and theming throughout all of the villains here for this wave and theme, so I do like that quite a bit. Snivel as well uses that bigger like minifigure head as well that was used on the Big Fig Thanos, which is really cool. So a lot of great stuff packed in here. Definitely one of the really out there sets here, and I love to see that. Considering it's meant to be a dream, I think it should be pretty wacky and weird. Okay, now we have the stable of dream creatures here, our first sort of location build included in this wave. This one's going to retail for $79.99 and is going to include 681 pieces, and with the characters Cooper, Zoe, Izzy, Miss Castillo, Z-Blob, and 2 Dreamling mushrooms as well, which are some little critters that are definitely quite unique and using sort of a new piece as well to have that body. And I love the deer here. It kind of looks like it's almost like a tree, or at least nature come to life in the form of a deer, so that is really cool for sure. And the overall building looks fantastic. It has a very sort of like natural aesthetic to it. The colors are really easy on the eyes, and I love the little like windmill as well at the top of it, so I think that's great. It all comes together to make a really nice calming sort of dream here, which I think is great to throw into this wave. Alrighty, now we've got Mr. Oz's Space Bus here. This one's going to retail for $89.99, will include 878 pieces and feature the characters Mateo, Mr. Oz, Albert, Z-Blob, Logan, Susan, Denny, Proper Chopper, Captain Bedbeard, and Flight Knight as well. And then of course we have all our heroes here, with the highlight being Mr. Oz for sure. Definitely a great looking figure there, and I love this Space Bus. It really reminds me a lot of Hidden Side, even how they took a bus and modified it as well. Now this is taken to the next level here with it becoming a space bus. I mean, that is crazy cool and definitely very fitting for dreams as a theme as a whole, so I love that a ton. It's great. Looks to have a lot of stickers here, but honestly they make it look stellar for sure, so definitely loving that. It's overall got a great design and is an awesome set. Now we've got the fantastical treehouse here, which is our second major location build here. This one's going to retail for $119.99 and will include 1,257 pieces featuring the characters Mateo, Night Hunter, Grimkeeper, Izzy, Miss Castello, Snivel, Z-Blob, a Dreamling mushroom, and then also a mailbox. And this is just a great build. It kind of makes me think of like a Friends treehouse, but then transformed with this dreams aesthetic, which I love, or maybe even a creator sort of aesthetic as well. So that's really awesome to see. Of course, if you go by level at the bottom there, it has a really cool looking like piranha plant, kind of looks like one from Mario, which is super cool. And you've got some themed rooms as well, one for Mateo that looks very much like Z-Blob themed as well, decorated by them possibly. You have one for Izzy also that looks really cool, so I'm loving that. Some balloons outside inside the tree foliage as well. Being in that blue coloring just makes it look so mystical, which I love so much. Yeah, Miss Costello at the top as well. She gets her own little sticker there also. And you get a major thing that seems to be a running thing throughout the sets here. And it's like an hourglass logo. So I'm not sure how that's going to tie into the sets, but definitely worth a mention here because it's so heavily featured in the set. And on the side of the villains, you have a smaller version, of course, of the cage monster there, which is really cool. So I love seeing that more scaled down, which is nice. And then you get the Night Hunter as well, Snivel included. There's some really cool ones for sure to make for an overall epic set. Now, last but not least, we have an epic one here. It is the Nightmare Shark Ship. This set's going to retail for $149.99 and will include 1,389 pieces with the characters Mateo, Izzy, Nova, Nightmare King, Snivel, and Susan as well. And there is some great stuff in this set. It's absolutely phenomenal. This Nightmare Shark Ship is so cool. I love the shark head. Kind of looks like a ghost shark in a way with the color scheme there, which is cool. The teeth as well. Maybe they'll glow in the dark, who knows, but I love the coloring nonetheless there. You have those one eyes featured as well pretty prominently throughout this, which is super cool. Looks really evil for sure. I love the wings as well being used as the ship's sails also, which I think is super cool. The engine has a rib cage as well where they keep one of the characters trapped there, Nova, which is cool. Her printing as well on the torso is super great, also with a little sloth hanging there. Definitely kind of the opposite relaxing feeling that I'm sure they're experiencing being trapped in a shark ship. So really cool there and kind of funny. And then at the front we have a nice lantern as well hanging at the front to lead the way through darkness, which is super cool. So just takes everything that's great about the nightmare aesthetic of this theme and packs it all into one set here. So I have to say it's absolutely horrifying and terrifying, just in the best way possible. Alrighty, so that's going to wrap it up here for all of the LEGO Dream sets here from this wave. Thank you once again so much to LEGO for sharing these images with us. It is so exciting and I cannot wait for this theme. And let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. We want to hear what all of you think of these sets. What are your favorites? Which ones do you plan on picking up? And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe as well. If you would like to check out some of our other content, that would be highly appreciated. So thank you so much. I will see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.